Like, I'm not good with rigidity, and like expectation. And I mean, I came from a Baptist background where, God was this punisher that held all this judgment, and you had to walk this fine line. And, that's really a turnoff for me. And so I seem to be able to fall in line with things that are don't have as many expectations, or that judgments are understood to be varying. I mean, life is so chaotic, and it's hard sometimes to really stay in that specific place. Or so how do you feel that Krishna works with that?
Good point. Great question. I would say that the biggest difference is that in the yoga path, what you have is, let's just make an equivalent. Let's just try to make an analogy here. It's like, let's talk about just health, right? Just working out, just health. So, there's all this information, right? People say, well, you should eat this, and, this kind of exercise, and this quantity of exercise, and this amount of sleep, and, these things aren't good for you, and these things are good for you, right? So there's all this information. Information is there. It's like, this is it. And if you do like this, and let's just say it's good information. It's not like bogus. It's like real good information. Yeah, if you eat like this and this kind of thing, and you do this kind of exercise, and you're going to get this kind of result physically, just physically, and it's there. And how much do you do it? Well, it's up to you, it's like, how much do you want it? Like, do you not care about it? So then it's up to you how much you take. How much do you want? How fit do you want to be? You want to be super fit, kind of fit, just not sick. Like, how much do you want to take? And that's how I see the whole yoga tradition, the whole yoga spirituality. Bhagavad-gita is like, this is it. This is the best thing. This is all explained, and I'll show it to you how it makes sense. I'll give you and then it's like you do whatever you want. And in the end of Bhagavad-gita, this wonderful verse where Krishna has been explaining everything to Arjuna, answering all his questions. At the very end, and it's like it's been very clear that Krishna is God himself. And Arjuna has recognized that. It's like there's no question about it. So this is like the Supreme Lord is in front of you, giving you all this information. But at the very end, what does Krishna do? Krishna says, now, Arjuna, do you have any more questions? And Arjuna says, no, I'm good. He says, okay, now you do whatever you want. It's just really cool. It's like, this is the Supreme Lord, of everything. And he's like, okay, so do whatever you want now. It's not like, I command you and I will strike you down if you disobey me, Arjuna. No, he's like, okay, do whatever you want now, man. If you want more help, I'm here. If you have any doubts, I'm here. And that's it. And that's how I understood it. That's how I learned it. And that's how I try to teach. It's like, this is it. You just do whatever you want. If you want to walk off, you just walk off. It's nothing to do with me. It's your choice. We're all adults. We have free will. But this is the best knowledge. This is the best instruction. Again, it's like you have this great personal training, like best instructions on diet, nutrition, workout. You can have all that, the best stuff, and take as much as you want from it. Oh, I don't feel like it. Okay. Nothing I can do for you. Not going to get angry, right? A personal trainer won't get angry because you're having cake. It's like, I told you it's not good. You know why it's not good, but if you want to have cake, you have cake. Not my problem. obviously you're not going to get the same result. It's like, at least let's just be honest, like, you won't get the same result, right? Yeah, okay, so just do whatever. That's how I see it. So obviously, like, if you don't, the more you don't do of what Krishna recommends, the less chance there will be that you will be enlightened and be freed from the cycle of birth and death. But again, that's perfectly fine. It's your choice. It's not like, and one wonderful thing, really, really wonderful thing about Bhagavad Gita is that there is zero negative reaction to rejecting God. Zero. I mean, you won't get a scratch on you. You won't lose a penny in terms of bad karma. You won't, like, not the slightest negative karmic reaction will occur if you reject God. If you just go all out atheist, God doesn't exist, zero. It's really fascinating. There's zero negative reaction. The only thing that counts is how well you behave. That's all that's allowed. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, a person can be in the mode of goodness, sattva guna, complete atheist, because you can be mode of goodness and an atheist. It's not incompatible. But if you're a good person, you're ethical, moral, high moral standards, high ethical, you're doing your dharma, he says that person will have higher births. You have wonderful lives. You'll be born you can be born in like celestial, civilizations. When you're reborn as a human, you can have beauty and wealth and fame. So you can have all these wonderful, materially speaking, wonderful life and be an atheist. It's fascinating. Especially when we compare it to our, like, what to speak of, Baptist, but just in general, like the whole Abrahamic tradition is like, what happens if you reject God? It's like, oh, you go to hell, suffering, this, and lakes of fire, and blah, 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 I mean, they would kill each other just because you just misinterpret, like, oh no, you don't understand exactly the nature of Jesus. So then you will burn in hell forever, Protestant versus Catholic. Let's all kill each other for hundreds of years because you don't get this right, and with in Islam, you have the same thing, Shiite versus Sunni. Okay, I'll kill you for like hundreds of years. I'll blow up your mosques because you just have a different interpretation of the prophet, and because of that you're going to hell. It's like so crazy, so insane, insanity. And meanwhile in the Bhagavad Gita, it's like, okay, just reject God, no problem. It's a missed opportunity. You're being dumb, but it's, you don't get punished for it. You won't get like a negative karma for it. Just like I give the example, it's like, let's say I do one of those giveaways, like you see those fake giveaways, but let's say it's a real fake, like, hey, I'm giving out, Bitcoin or something, I'm giving out like money. You just send me an email and I'll send you $1,000. Like you see these spam things, but let's say it's a real one, let's say like it's a totally for real one. Like if you just send this email, you get $1,000. So what happens if you don't send an email? Do you get punished? No, there's no punishment. But you did miss the chance of so easily getting $1,000, right? You just had to send it. That's what I mean. So Bhagavad Gita is like that. Here's this amazing thing. You can take it or not. And if you take it, it's be wonderful. And if you don't take it, nothing bad's going to happen, but you missed this amazing chance.
Which makes good sense, like with the whole guru thing too, that was on the last call, and that makes sense, that you want the best for humanity. There's no punishment if you choose to not do it. It's just your loss. And that's definitely helpful.